Hey friends, it's Em, and I am back again with another reading journal video. And I'll be honest, I feel like I peaked. Like, this might be the best bullet journal setup that I've ever done. And I'm really not sure if I should just, retire. I promise I'm not trying to, toot my horn or anything like that. I'm using stickers from Caitlin Plans. So she made these 3 sticker sheets with records and peace signs and this whole groovy font. And I thought they looked perfect together. And it was even more perfect because I just moved my record player upstairs. And so I'm just imagine, you're planning and you have a record playing in the background. I could be listening to Lover by Taylor Swift or something. These colors are very Lover vibes. And it's just really exciting to me. I don't know. So back in January, I had tried a similar theme. The video never made it to YouTube because I tried replicating her font and it just it did not work. This one I liked a lot more because it's just all I did was I added the little curl on the end of the A, and I think I ended up doing it on the G, some G's later, and then just my normal script and print. I don't know, it felt very, very me. And so this month, I'm hoping that this month is going to be the month where I really commit to my NetGalley TBR, but also I start clearing out my physical TBR cart, because I gotta be real, it is so full. If I don't start reading them soon, I'm gonna have to start. Well, I could get a new cart, but we're not going to get a new cart. I'm going to have to start destashing these books that I wanted to read and then never read. And so what I like to do is I like to get ebook or audiobook versions of the physical books, because I just can't read physical books anymore. My arms are so weak. That's what I always say. But I think it's just so much more intimidating holding an enormous, thick-ass book than it is holding a Kindle. And I think other people have said that before, too. Now, to be fair, I know I keep saying how I want to, get my physical TBR under control. Part of that is that I need to stop requesting these books from publishers, because for the most part, that's what's happening. So it's not their fault, it's my fault. And that's where we're at right now. Where I'm sitting on my NetGalley tracker, I have, so far, it is the 4th of August when I'm recording this, I have acquired 4 books. I have reviewed 5 books. So far that's a net decrease of 1. Bright side, one of those books I had a physical copy of, so that one's cleared. Downside, one of these is I'm going to have a physical copy of, so I'm going to have to find space for it. But I'm very excited. I think that something that I like a little bit more about this one is that I went back to doing quotes. I also started using my bullet journal spreads for reviewing the books. Also, I just realized that I went back to doing quotes. I never stopped doing quotes. Except for March. I just forgot that I did that, I guess. Either way, it's also awesome that I'm learning that in order to get a setup that I really dig and feels really vibrant and colorful, I need about 3 pages of stickers. Or I can just go ham with the washi tape. Either or. I'm also really excited. You'll see this later. So in honor of reducing my physical TBR, I always forget, oh, what books am I I'm going to use some air quotes here, supposed to be reading, right? And what I mean by that is, what books did I request from the publishers and never actually review? What books have NetGalley pub dates coming up? What books did I borrow from the library that I forgot about? That sort of thing. And it's kind of nice to have them all written out. It's absolutely also overwhelming. Don't get me wrong. Especially, this doesn't include all of them. I only wrote down my NetGalley books that publish in August, any library books that I have, and then any audiobooks that I think I want to listen to. I have far more, audiobooks and ebooks, because every month I get a free one from Amazon. There are influencer programs where you can get advanced listener copies. So I have a pile of those. But I also didn't want to just rewrite on my TBR all of the books that I wanted to read last month but didn't get to, because July was just the month of big ass fantasy books. And I'll talk about that in the July stats collab video that's going to go up. But this month hopefully should be short fantasy books and a bunch of rom-coms and thrillers. Because I can, on my, though you actually wouldn't know that given the TBR that I'm gonna write out. You would never really know, because it's just a weird mix. And maybe it's just because August is usually a huge publication month, as is July. And then in September, we sort of start to slow down a tiny bit. And I do have a lot of books that are coming out in September that I want to get done this month. That way I don't have to worry about them next month. One of those is Sister of the Bride by Lauren Morrill. So for the Joyful Chaos Book Club, we're doing a traveling arc. So I need to read it because I already have it and I need to send it off. And then we always do annotations of it. So it's really exciting getting it back with all the annotations. Also, you'll see here, I'm doing a tip-in. That's what this is called. So I'm just using washi to tape this on to the page. And you'll note it's not an entirely true tip-in, because I don't tape it on the other side of the page. I just have a little buffer there where I'm gonna tape it on. So this way it's completely contained in the journal itself. And I like it that way. You'll also see me fold the corners into little triangles. That's just so they don't get sticky and stick when they pop up. But it is TBR time. And this is my favorite part. So there's Sister of the Bride, which I already talked about. I'm very excited because that's an indie release. I also snagged Shark Heart, which is a literary fiction. I think he starts turning into a shark. As far as I know, that is what is happening. And, at least with a lit fic like that, something interesting is happening. It's not just everyone sitting around being dramatic. Lit fic is not my fave. Also, I've got 2 book tours coming up this month. So Her Radiant Curse, which I've already read. I finished it today. It's really good. It's a prequel to the 6 Crimson Cranes series. And then The Brothers Hawthorne, which I think is a prequel to the Inheritance game series. Those are going to be going up back to back, which I'm very excited about. But I have not received a copy of The Brothers Hawthorne yet, because they're trying to keep it under wraps. Secret. And that's fine. I understand. But I really want to read it right now. I also have Ripe, which is a modern retelling of Hades and Persephone, which is someone who is completely obsessed with Lore Olympus. Yeah, give it to me. I want it. Bend Toward the Sun, which I think is also an indie author, Jen Devon. It's supposed to be the slowest of slow burn romances, which I do love a slow burn, because I don't like it when they start banging immediately, because it doesn't usually give a whole bunch of drama to the story. but we'll see. Also on my list is The Dragon's Promise, also by Elizabeth Lim. So this is the second book in the Six Crimson Cranes series. I read the first one this year. It was amazing. Very excited for the second one. I'm listening to New Adult right now, and it sounds like it's going to be a 13 going on 30 retelling, which is one of my favorite movies. Like, that movie makes me cry, and I never cry. Then we've got One of Us is Back, which is the third book in Karen McManus's One of Us series. And I assume someone is back, and I assume more people are going to die. And then Bookshops and Bone Dust, which is the prequel to Legends and Lattes. Basically, this is a month of prequels and sequels, I'm realizing. Aren't very many of these that are like the start of a series, you know? Also, we've added in the book mail spread again. I'm sort of reducing the size of it a little bit, just because I don't get very much book mail. I don't feel like I get very much mail unless I'm buying a whole bunch of stuff, which this month I have bought a whole bunch of stuff, but that's beside the point. So rather than getting an entire page, it's getting like 2/3 of a page. This month from Book Club Girl, we received 2 books whose names are Wrong Place, Wrong Time, which I think is Gillian McAllister, and then She Started It, which is another prominent thriller author. I just don't remember which one off the top of my head. But I'm very excited because I feel like usually we get historical fictions. This coming month, I'm hoping to get Banyan Moon. Maybe. And then here you can see kind of the beginnings of the setup for the August collab with Jess. You know, I love my centerfold spreads where everything is just like your eye goes right to the center, and then I'll add like text and handwriting stuff around the outside. I'm really optimistic about this month's reading in terms of like reading very diversely, just because I've finished 4 books this month so far, and 75% of them have been by a BIPOC author. Feeling pretty good about that. But generally speaking, I start off really good, and then if I look at my TBR, the things that are left on here, there aren't as many. There are 3 BIPOC authors left and 4 white authors. So I'm just gonna have to, make continually more of an effort, which shouldn't be too difficult. My goal every month is at least 50%. I think that this month I'm gonna actually be able to accomplish it, because last month, no, I'm not giving you any spoilers, but it was much less than 50%. I'll just say that. And like, look how cute these flowers are with the records. I also love on my reading log, I don't think I mentioned it, and I don't know if you noticed, but rather than just doing like normal dots or nothing, I'm using like music notes and rests and stuff for the notation of just like, I read a book today. And I think this is really cute. I cannot wait for Caitlin to drop some more stickers, just because I feel like I want to know what my September theme is going to be, and I don't know yet. I mean, admittedly, I didn't really know about this one yet either until I started going through my stickers, but once I knew, So that's where we're at. I'm very excited for August reading, though. I think that, in that August kind of back to school season, that's when you start getting like a bunch of really amazing, great books. And I can't wait. I don't want to wait. I want to just be reading my books. I want to have an audiobook on right now and just be out on a walk in like the fall weather. I don't know. I'm very excited. But if you liked this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos. Check out my shorts tab, where I'll post plan with me's and things like that, just in short form. And comment down below what you're starting off your August reading month with. And as always, happy planning.